The following is a presentation of the Chicago Wolves.
Welcome back to the Allstate Arena. The Allstate goaltending matchup tonight will feature Tuomas Tarky, 10-5-3, a .289 goals against average. He's won 4 of his last 6. Nolan Schaefer getting the start. Dmitry Pevsov was the guy who picked up the victory last night in Peoria. Schaefer this year 11-16-1, a .328 goals against average against the Wolves. 1-2 with a goals against of .469 and a save percentage of .857. They drop the puck and we get underway. Sherrill deep to the puck in the corner. Put a little elbow up on top. Kavanaugh flipped over to the near side. High slot. Kavanaugh around a check. Stick handling. A big comes back to help out. Pushed it around to the far side. The Wolves bank it out to the neutral zone. Cleveland notoriously poor starters. They've been outscored by 21 goals in the first period. Second worst in the league. Back to the net. Tibbetts up to the far side. Miller right on the net. Schaefer swatted away. Barney's offering. They still hack away at it. And it's chiseled back of the net. In the corner, Miller. Now Tibbetts grabs it. Up top for Sherrill. Off his skate. Near side Tibbetts. Takes a look. To the corner, Barney centered, and it's just dribbled wide. Mark Popovic had cut in. Barney, now for Tibbetts. Barney, he scores! Scott Barney from a deep angle, top shelf on the power play, 1-0 Wolves.
That has been a major problem for the Cleveland Barons. Weak goals, and this should never go in. Short side, Scott Barney goes rooftop. And then a goaltender should be on his post on that angle. Wolves a very good power play, many chances early on. Look where Scott Barney is. They go top shelf in that situation. I'm not sure why. Schaefer's leaning to his left there, but he left the top shelf wide open as Barney, no mistake.
Centered. And we'll scoop it out of there, get into the neutral zone. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the first. The Wolves with a 1-0 lead. Stewart shoots. Deflected over the far side by Schaefer, who was handcuffed, centered. Maloney tried to drag it out in front. Comes the other way. Here is Tibbetts. Drags it down, sends it in. The Barons can't get out of their own zone here. Finally they do. Leahall up the far side for Ingleton. He's got a guy coming wide. Villette left of the net, fired. Tarky takes it in.
Leahall with a good wrist shot, but not a lot of steam on the shot. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're toying with the Wolves, trying to get them to forecheck, and then eventually get the one outlet pass, and they end up with an odd man situation. A lot of times when things are going your way offensively, you will get caught, and that's what happened with the Wolves. It ends up being a 3-on-2. Nice little back pass. Look at all the room, and the right decision by Leahall with the covert going down. He had to elevate the puck, but did not get a lot of zip on it, and it's right into the crest. Play where he got caught and tried to get the attacker.
Stafford near side. The near wall wrist filler. Cleveland's power play 20th in the league. The Wolves clear it down. Just over 15%. The Wolves penalty kill 19th at 81.5%. Back of the net. Schaefer got knotted up. The Wolves with a steal. Centered. And Schaefer battles to get back to the far post. Another steal by the Wolves. And Colin Stewart nearly stuffed home a shorthanded goal. And Stewart out to the neutral zone to swipe that puck from behind.
Brian Maloney, but he was at the end of the shift also. Had a lane down the ice. Colin Stewart could have tried to thread the puck through, but he made the right decision.
Right of the net. Tarky has it underneath him. Can't spot it, and Jimmy Sherrill just tucks it in. Cleveland's top offensive defenseman. Got 10 goals, 32 points. Stafford around the check, left of the net. Fire! Tarky to stop. You might need some pay that. Here's Morrison, 2-on-1 down low, walks in, sent it across, and it never got to Schaefer, who dove. Far side, the Wolves force it free. We got a penalty upcoming here on the Barons. McKenzie, now for Morrison, up top, Popovic, the extra attacker, fired by Miller. He ripped it over the crossbar. And the call will be made. 4 goals, 19 points in 37 games. Getting a hot back of the net. Savitz, physical defenseman, had a shot off his stick. Back of the net, Joel. Knocked off the biscuit by Savitz. Came in. A firm check. Dwyer, right of the net, center, blocked by Gruden. Back of the net, Dwyer, up top, Roach, quickly covered. He scores! Quick movement on Braden Coburn. Wired one, top shelf right off the bar. A power play goal. 2-0 Wolves.
Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be done. This has been a problem. Throwing the puck quickly, not holding on. Look at that little miss by Travis Roach. Started with Dwyer behind the goal in good control and ends up Braden Coburn. He just lets one rip. Does that touch the stick of goal in front of the net? That might have just touched the handle, the shaft of Kevin Dole's stick. Not really sure, but excellent puck movement, and what a rocket from the point on in.
These rings are the sign of eternal love and happiness. And now, by the power and authority invested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Marital bliss and a 2-0 lead at the end of one. This is Chicago. We'll talk. Back of the net, Tibbetts banks it up top for Coburn. 15 seconds left in the power play. Miller across, one-timer, Schaefer! Wow, he reached across.
Unbelievable. What a stop this is. How did
10 seconds left in the power play. Roach, wrister, just wide. Morrison scoops it up. Morrison out of the corner. McKenzie, Morrison, Coburn fires. On the post, they score! Braden Coburn, he's got the crosshairs on the crossbar. And McKenzie scooped it up and dumped it home. 3-0 Wolves.
I believe he also has the patent on the flutter shot. Another puck off his blade that is on end and eludes Schaefer this time because it's up high and then drops down. There's Schaefer. He's down. He's ducking. And it drops down, hits the crossbar, and McKenzie in excellent position. Well, you got to love that. Just being in the right place at the right time. Now, this is a bit of a gift for McKenzie. But the Wolves have had problems as of late being in those right positions and around the goal for situations like that.
On the near side, Sherrill got creamed by Clough after he dumped the puck in. Another giveaway, high slot. Maloney, far side. The one-timer not connected on, and Maloney paid the price. Back of the net, Morrison, stick handle. Walked right of the net. Turnaround shot. Fired well wide. Eagleton's lost his stick. So this puck stays in. Morrison. Morrison up top. Sherrill, center, fired. They score! Cleveland turned it over and will, and Colin Stewart on Snapper right inside the puck. 4-0 Wolves.
Good to see everybody contribute. Carl Stewart played some pretty good hockey. We talked about him just this past week. But absolutely, the biggest problem is Cleveland not controlling the puck. They got a man without a stick. It's Mike Eagleton. And the Wolves put it back to the defensive area of the ice. And some nice movement of the puck. Carl Stewart all alone in the high slide. Still a little speed there by Sherrill, I believe. And then the turnaround wrister by Stewart. Not an easy play. But he had all the time in the world to maneuver his body into a better shooting position and ripped it.
He's in there for the Russians. Sherrill, a head fake over to the far side. Where Friedman was trapping before. They may have to come out of that trap. Right of the flow, centered. Turkey dove back and may have prevented a goal. 4-0 Wolves. Halfway through this one. This is Chicago. We'll talk. 2-on-2 the other way. Kavanaugh. The Rhode Islanders had it broken up. Here's Miller on a break. Walks in, shoots. Schaefer the stop. Schaefer couldn't freeze it, however, and he's lost his goal stick. Going to be able to get it back. Cleveland carries the puck the other way. Miller second on the team in scoring. Left of the net, Stewart. Center fired. Morrison couldn't connect. And the wave is now working its way through the Allstate Arena.
Drowning.
Cross-checking, so the Wolves on the power play for the fifth time. Scored twice throughout the first period. Out in front, a set play, trying to get to Carl Stewart. But Convoy put the stick right in Stewart's midsection. Sherrill to the corner. McKenzie. Up top of it. Far side Sherrill, rink wide. McKenzie fires! McKenzie saying that went in. So did Gordy Dwyer. 5-0 Wolves.
How about this passing? And I'll tell you what, one of the things that's happened in this game more than any other game, John Anderson has rolled 3 lines on this power play. There's not one unit. And this line here has been so successful. How sharp is his passing? Derek McKenzie ends up with his forehand with plenty of room. Popovic at the top. Nice little dish all the way across. And look at the room and time for McKenzie. I'm not sure why Schaefer was going the way he was. He was head first the opposite direction. Puck on end again. And McKenzie steps into it. And it does definitely hit the back pole. No doubt about it. That is a goal.
I don't know if that's the chairman back there. Maybe he's still a little hungover from the wedding. I think Stavitz wanted to go with Billy Tibbetts, and there's no reason for Billy to engage him at this point. It is 5-0. The Wolves come in 5th in the league in penalty minutes. 25 per game. No longer leading the league in minors, which is a good sign. That belongs to Bingo. Cutting through, Miller fires, he scores! The onslaught is on, it is now 6-0.
I'll tell you what, we were just talking about him, Jimmy Sherrill. What a pass he makes from his blue line, or in the vicinity of that, to send the Wolves on the 2-on-1. Just a beautiful touch, excellent vision, and this time Schaefer, with his glove hand, only gets a piece of the puck. Here's Sherrill with the puck, head up all the way, he's looking for the guys to maneuver into position. How about that sense? And then the little back pass, and Chip Miller with a twisted wrister. Schaefer waving at it.
Here's a minute remaining here in the second. 6-0 Wolves. Tibbetts around to the far side. Roach. Back of the net for Tibbetts. Now Barney. He started things off for the Wolves. Tibbetts. Up top Roach. Far side Tibbetts. Turns. Slap by corner to corner. Barney. Protects it. And the Barons have lost the stick. Miller up top. Colburn across. Center fired. They score! The Wolves now with 4 power play goals. Miller with this one. 7-0 Wolves.
What a difference a day makes. This is just unbelievable puck movement. And quite honestly, I got sick of talking about this aspect of the game, which they were not doing. And this is brilliant. I mean, they're just moving the puck quickly. Guys are in position, moving around, and the puck is doing all the work. The guys end up being open. Look at that. Great plays in front of the net. A couple of guys there taking the defense. Chip Miller finds a seam and easily puts it in the net. And after all that, you look at it, who started it off? It was Chip Miller in the corner, got the puck, got it back to the point. He ends up scoring the goal. Great work.
And the Barons very late in coming out.
Not only that, they have finally switched boards over. Schaefer has seen enough rubber for the night, letting 7 in those 25 shots. Chip Miller with a couple in that period.
Not that they would, but couldn't they get a delay of game penalty because they're not ready to start?
Oh, absolutely. There's a time frame that you have to be back on the ice when that final buzzer goes, saying that the period is ready to start. I'm not sure with the score 7-0 that that's going to be handed down by the official. At this time, Stavitz is talking to Gordon Dwyer as he enters the penalty box, and he's pleading his case on what he did with Billy Tibbetts, and if you recall,
The Wolves have always been around the puck tonight. Morrison for Stewart. Puts in the Jets. Left of the net. Fire! Pastel may have taken it off the beak, and Gardner nearly finished his check hard. Up top, Convoy. I may have taken that one off the foot. Here's Dwyer. Crisscrossing. Around it, Shack. Right of the net. Shoots! Block! Rebound! Denied! A big shot in at the post! What a terrific rush by Pat Dwyer. The Wolves lifted it around. Took a hop off the broken stick, 2-on-1. Morrison right circle. Morrison shoots. Pencil to save. Rebound. To score! Ryan Maloney scoops up the loose change. Drills in his 10th of the year. 8-0.
Good for him. Nice little play, though, by the Wolves coming out of their own zone, and if they have been able to gain speed, and that is the difference back in the defense up, and that then gives you much more time to make decisions. Nice outlet play by Maloney. Look at the room on the 2-on-1. Morrison goes in, goes to the middle of the ice so he can get his shot in a better angle. Good save by Patrick, no doubt about that, but nobody back. How many times do we talk about the most dangerous guy is that last guy? There's Jersey back in dark. But Brian Maloney able to pick the puck up and make a strong move on his backhand to put it around Patrick. I like the fact that they took their time in situating the players the way they wanted to have the power play work.
Steal by McKenzie. Tackled by Gardner. Goal. Center fired. And that one a rocket from the bin, and Patrick kicked it out.
Huge stop for left half.
Josh Hennessy before the game. One of the things that has plagued this team has been poor starts. And I asked him, why is that? He said, we are just, as a team, we have not been mentally prepared to start games. Once we get going, we seem to be fine. But it's possible. Tibbetts gets behind the defense, streaks in, Petzold is down, wrap around. The pass is blocked by Convoy. Petzold flips it over to the far side. Roach is intercepted, and Flo looked like he took a beeline there for Billy Tibbetts, who will head off. 40 seconds left in this one. Eagleton rolled out in front. Parkey going to hold on to it. Why?
Well, honestly, I think he doesn't want to have any mistakes. I think he thought there might have been a little bit more pressure on the little dumping by Ryan Clough. And instead of throwing the puck, maybe having a battle to the side of his net, he decided to hold on, trusting his centerman Derek McKenzie on the faceoff.
Right of the net. Ooh, that one trickle over the top. We got a penalty here.
Now, Derek McKenzie did his job. He won the faceoff back, but what a jump by the Barons off the faceoff. They got in. I think it was Patrick Rissmiller that was able to jump the gun and get a hold of the puck. There's the win of the faceoff. Oh, it was nice little play by Rissmiller, but first of all, it started with Kavanaugh. He lunged around even though he lost it and threw the puck to Rissmiller. He walked in with that little shot that jumped up in the air.
22 and a half seconds left. Ryan Maloney in the Sinbad. This draw to the Barons. Broad power. High slot fired. Blocked. Off the Mackenzie and into the stand. Well, not a circle there.
At least that faceoff will come out a little higher. See what McKenzie does with this faceoff. Do you think he may go out into the neutral zone with it? I think it's a right-handed shot, a lot easier. I would let Kevin Dole take this and try to push it out. Left-handed shot. It's hard to be, no, that is the right side. The left side, much easier to get a little forehand shot on it.
Got paddled to Wedderburn.
That's strategy, yeah.
Ha! 9 seconds left in this one. The 16,000 plus on their feet. They salute Paul McCarthy, who picked up his first professional shutout. And this crowd, the 10th largest in Wolves history, the largest in the American League this year, just saw the most lopsided win in Wolves history. 8-0.